Ta-da!
Oh, it talks to us.
Yeah.
It lets you know.
So whenever you want to start, Nay. Oh. Oh my gosh, Kent Shue from church.
Ah,
Okay.
great.
Nice.
Did not expect them. I mean, at the last minute, I sent him something on a text. It's like kind of spur of the moment. Hello, Kent.
Hey there.
Hey, where is he?
Just his name.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we haven't started yet, exactly, Kent. So that's you're right on time.
Good. We got another Zoom call going on simultaneously.
Oh,
Wow.
okay, gotcha.
I didn't know you could do two at once.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, you can actually do three depending upon how many devices you have.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
You can
Yeah.
you can hold one, you could watch one, then you could watch another.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
I'm too old to learn those kind of tricks. It's all I can do to get one up.
Really?
Yeah,
And
but you're
I don't even do that. I depend on the redhead here.
Uh-huh. Well, then there's a case of the that one Zoom trial where the lawyer had a cat background or a cat image changer. So the judge was saying, you need to change your image. This is a legal proceeding. The guy says, I don't know how to do that, Your Honor, but I assure you that I'm not a cat.
Oh yeah, where he couldn't figure out how to change it back.
Yeah, right.
Clever.
Okay, David, I think I'm ready.
Cool.
So, I think so.
Okay. Hey.
So this is my first. Oh, Doug and Carol aren't here yet. Anyway, this is my first poem. This is called Smart Part 1. And just lost it. There it is. Smart Part 1, learning to be smart. Repeated 3rd grade. In 5th grade, special education, learning disability, special classes. Continued into freshman and up, feeling not smart enough, extra time. Finding myself bored, but not enough bravery to reach out for anything, to be interested in life, overcome all its complexities, to find poetry right before the end of high school. Making meaning out of everything. What do we do with this? Pace yourself. Have fun. Don't let life overwhelm you. Meaning to find meaning. Don't let fear take over. And that's supposed to be the grades. Yeah. So my next poem is about more going on with life. This is called 60 miles per hour. So, what's important in my life? Poems I produce, passion I procreate, spirit I substantiate, a celebrity, a celebrant. All I will grow and be, a man almighty. Advancing in years, flourishing in wisdom, flowering with my crown, seasoning my life, sharp, pungent, zesty. 60s, the strongest orbit around the sun, perpetually super, poignant, pretty, damn powerful, damn sweet, boasting and badass, stretching, twirling as a tornado in all the avenues of my life, outgoing and outrageous, stalking my soul, my sum of it all. Yeah, imagine 80 of those, Dad. Wow. This next poem has to do with a very old fish. This is called sturgeon. You live for many years, since the Jurassic period, millions of years ago. You are known to not listen and venture soundly into the open ocean. Know to leap far out of the ocean for communication to your elders, or simply because it feels good. Thought you would like that, Unc. As a lot of you know, I turned vegetarian a while ago, and this is called Vegetarian the Only Way. The planet cannot support billions of meat eaters. If we all ate only plants, we'd need only half the land we use at the moment. David Attenborough. For spiritual reasons, I do not eat so much meat. Living in the world's grace, grandeur, poise, loving being part of her gravity. Feel and love her, respect. It goes both ways. Living in this status, following my ethics, existing from this state, claiming this glory, feeling noble. And that's our garden in Oregon, when it's nice and big and beautiful. And I've done something recently. I mean, I've done a little bit of it for a while. Himha, or I can't remember the name. I wish Jeremy was here. Wimha or something like that, does something called cold plunges. And I've done a few of them. And this one I did had a lasting memory for me. This is called cold plunge. I'm cold, wanting to jump out. Beyond shivering, I'm dying, pinning myself against inside the tub, trying to find warmth anywhere. Eventually, eventually, I find solace in the trees and blueness of the sky. Inside, I'm going insane, looking at my goosebumps, wondering if I'll live, wondering if I'm man enough. Finally, I find solace in my laughter, in my giggles, wanting to cry. Peace is found in my heart. Sanity is found as rationality starts. I am speaking clearly. His wise face tells me, Breathe easily. The time ticks away, finding myself content to stay here and dissolve. Life becomes limitless and unlimited. It wasn't that cold, but it felt like it was frozen cold on I was looking at, and the reason why it's a beard is Jeremy. I was looking at him like Buddha. It's like, yes, I see you. Ah, you know. This next poem, funny, is about the feeling of accepting death. This is called Accept My Expectation of Death. In life's flower power, her growth and acceptance as old as the universe. Eyes open to courage, fragrantly enjoyed in the Big Bang. Twice as women and men dancing real here, in this place, in this home, finding relevance in this lullaby's truth. In the birds and trees, I'm now dying free, rising, belonging to now, being me, one love, being me, who I am, being you, who you are, being beyond this end. White light revealed, a star ahead of the storm, ready to die at your side, free, released, living in an outdoor painting of peace, dreaming. Inside the inside, weaving spirit's fabric today. Integrate love, integrate love. Yeah, I know I'm not that old, but you know, I just been thinking about things. This next poem has to do with I wish they were all here. I wish Jeremy was here. Anyway, that's it is what it is. This next poem has to do with some very, very famous, wonderful men at my church, and we all play bocce. Let this person in. This is called Brothers of Unity. People play different games. Life plays different tournaments. Finding myself learning about life while living the 10 principles. Dancing in the chakras ignited. Here we are in the playoffs, carrying our medals, battling whatever. Opposition proclaims themselves, dancing in whatever order we end up getting, claiming our mates, our brothers, reaching our spirituality, bros, all our foes in all our bros. Remember that, brothers reaching our spirituality. That's what we are, we're bros. And there's Pat and Jeremy. So my next poem has to do with not only getting in touch with dying, but getting in touch with being rich about life. This is called Rich Poem Number 1. Oh yeah, fun picture, huh? That's in Oregon. Rich Poem Number 1. My pockets are full. I am the richest person in the world, emptying my pockets, keeping myself rich, giving to the world and giving again. My muscles are primed. My health is divine, exemplified, shined. I never get sick, wealthy in body and mind. And that's the way I feel, man. The more I give, the more I get back. Oh, baby, I'm rich that way. Recently, as in the last year, a few gentlemen passed away, but this is about one of them that was important to me. This is about Vangelis Papathonsu. He passed a few months ago. This is called He Invented Music. Lived like no other, crossing boundaries. Chords, notes abounded. World, work became a style. Meaning, mysteries. Reaching for the stars to find heaven. You opened, learned, found the stable, the norm, the world of possibilities, crashing the industry. You ran the race, a child, a man that created more. Sound waves, motions, the ultimate scene heard in your mind. Your hands, ears created plots, themes, compositions, life moving forward, a maximum of melody and music, never over. He had a full life. Very big guy. This next poem is about a movie that has been out that I recommend everybody see at least once. The movie's called Barbie. It's fantastic. And this is about Barbie. This is called Barbie. To love being a mother, but not too much. Be an extraordinary career woman. Answer for men's bad behaviors, but don't complain. Pretty, but don't tempt. Thin, not too thin. Healthy, lots of money. A boss, but not mean. Lead, but don't squash others' ideas. Let's not talk about sex. No. Flat feet, death, and cellulite, part of this too. The system is rigged. But stand out. Be grateful if you can. Never fail. Never show fear. Take it all in constantly, contradicting. Never be good enough. This is not fair. Everyone regulates your understanding. All the good, all the bad. Maybe we do need a rip in the fabric of space. All the women out there, let me tell you, I hear it and I feel it. And that's what this movie told me, was hear it and feel it. This is a second part to the whole Barbie thing. This is called Parts of the Plastic Doll. Being a woman is impossible. So angry. They get the brunt of it all. Nothing is done right. Speaking, feeling blamed, never shining. Throughout time, we have been made to be like Barbie, made to be like Ken, never really being ourselves. Except tonight. All is clear, pure, honestly, you. All our weaknesses and strengths here, naked, clothed, empowered, emblazed, finally, two treated as equals. Yes, for me, the Breakfast Club was real. All parts can be one. We are all going to die. Ideas live forever. And this last one about Barbie is called What Are Real Men? Cleaning our world's house. Opening doors for women and men, cooking, cleaning, taking care of this planet. Holding hands, becoming generous, an angel in every kind of church. Kin in our conversations, belief, connection, and charity. Combining our walks, giving our all. Setting our stage, leading by example. And we're now going to take a break so we can talk, drink.
You have another poem.
I do. Ha, jeez. Thanks, boss. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. I have a special poem. Okay. This is called My Instrumental. Last one left. The ball is past. Twitching, aware, sensations pure. I am everything, creating moments, movements, mine. It all is out, all is free. Performances boiled, a yes, strung in today. Dodging and drawn towards the pole. Head and sound collide. There was an accident that happened. I was the last one in the center of the blacktop, not hit. We were playing ball tag, and ball tag is when you throw it and you hit someone and then they're out. I was the last one there. There was so much emotion and so much stuff, but the funny thing is I turned and bam, I hit the pole. And yeah, that's what happened. It was an interesting sensation, but yeah, I think I blacked out.
David,
Yeah.
at 60, you're too young for a senior moment.
I was so excited. Oh my God, I'm the last one left. But I turned and ran right into it. And my Susan and I went to Stanford, and I found out and talked about that, and they said, oh yeah, that could have done some stuff. But anyway. Oh, Steve, you're here. Perfect timing.
Oh.
I have my two best friends right there. Perfect. I'm so excited. So if anybody needs to use the restroom or whatever, please do. Naomi, do you have that sound by any chance or no?
The chime again?
Yeah. 'Cause I did. That's what it sounded like. That's exactly what it sounded like. And I looked and looked and looked online. It's like, wait, a bat hitting a pole or something, and there it was. So yeah,
So you sounded like Big Ben.
I sounded well. That's what it was called. But I was looking for things, and
Yeah.
I did something about pole or metallic sound, and that's what I found was Big Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat,
On your
something you probably didn't know about. I mean, I think you might have known about that I hit something, but yeah, that's probably what it would have sounded like was one.
on your cold plunge poem, uh, the Russians and the Finns, northern peoples, they wind up loving their saunas, and the Finns do this in the middle of winter. They'll go in a sauna and get beaten with branches and to flush the dirt out, and the temperature goes up to about 100, 150, 170, 180 degrees sometimes Fahrenheit. And once they sweat and soak up, then they run out on a pier and jump into a frozen lake. Even if it's ice, they'll chop out a portion of it and they jump into water that's like 30 degrees. Now, medicine has found that their blood pressure instantly goes up to 300 over something. And it's not for somebody that has a possible heart conditions, this isn't what you want to do.
Yeah, I know. I asked about that, and because I wanted to really be careful because my brain, I don't want to do anything that like sets it off or whatever. But Pat and Herb and Bruno, what's that stuff called? Wim Hof, or there's a guy that does this and has made a big deal out of it.
Yeah, it's Wim Hof.
Was that Victor?
Is it
Yeah,
Is it Winhoff or Wim Hof?
Wim with the
Okay.
with an M. Wim Hof. That's his last name, I believe.
Yeah.
They call it Wim Hof breathing. It's actually pretty cool. Because he does it in like sub-zero temperatures, and he's one of the only people on the planet that he goes out in like the snow and like in like nothing, like his underwear, and he can somehow do these breaths and stay warm. It's pretty crazy.
Well, magicians that are immersed in ice and things of that sort, they take about a month to acclimatize themselves to surviving that temperature.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know there was this one guy in Khabarovsk in Russia that even in the wintertime, he was walking around in a karate gi with bare feet. And he was interviewed by the local newspapers. So, it was unusual even for the Russians.
So I think since we're not potting or anything like that, let's continue.
I had one comment.
Oh, yes, Herb.
You made me think about the purpose of being a man. So this poetry stuff is working, man. You're making me think.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, go see. Have you seen Barbie?
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. When I saw it, I went, oh my God, this is going to, in my opinion, change everything. And I
do feel like it's a great topic of conversation, philosophically.
Yeah.
It's definitely I think that's the main point is it's to get people to think and to talk about it. Oh.
Well, that's I tell you, that's my purpose in life. If I can create that in some sort of a way, then my job's done. And And whether it be vegetarian, whether it could be whatever it is that I talk about, if it's heard and felt and recognized, then yeah, I feel like my job's done. Yay. These, I'm so, Kent, you were someone who I did not expect at all. I'm so happy. And hi, Inga. Anyway, yes, I'd like to start in the second half. This is about you, Steve. This is okay, breathe. I knew that this half I'd probably have a hard time with. Anyway, this is called Great Friends. This is us at Burning Man. You sit around getting older. There's a joke in here somewhere, and it's on me. Bruce Springsteen. Like a storm, like an avalanche, full of power, the force that makes our friendship. Surpassing time and distance, always there for each other. Our love is strong, our commitment is mighty. Listening, hearing each other, my dependable ally in this game called life. We are lucky, been baptized with each other's faithfulness. Companion socks, destined for each other. We will get older, but by each other's sides. Impressed in our promise, we gave ourselves silently that we would always be there, that we would always be there. Time holds us forever. Inspired by Stephen Rawson. And yeah, that's us at Burning Man. And of all the days, they do something called Tutu Tuesdays. And here I am wearing a tutu. Of all the days for Steve to come, he came on that day and just like, yep, this is me in my place here. This next poem is I've retired in many ways, being with Strata here in Oregon, but also just my lifestyle, my change of how I move, how I do things, my writing, everything has changed. But the person that's been key and with me was this guy. This is called Your Retirement Poem. You are my gift. You are so worthwhile. Heart always in the right place. You set your personal mile, whatever that is. You're a treat, climbing all your bank levels and even the ones not there. Memorizing your steps, phrases, and styles. You're my friend. You are human, a wonderful man, taking me to desserts, wondrous ways to ascend. Our trips are not over. Shit, they have only just begun. Inspired by Pat Tidmarsh. And this is in the town of Tidmarsh. As you can see, the police box says Tidmarsh on the top. Not your typical thing to see in Europe, but that's where it was. It was in Welsh. What part of England?
It's near Heathrow.
Heathrow.
Actually, far from London. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. We stopped there and did that. Took a picture. Again, like I had said earlier, man, I just have been receiving lots, giving lots, and this is called Rich Poem number 2. This is about another way that I'm rich. my girl. Rich poem number 2. I am with the richest woman in the world, embodied in heat emitting from all of her. When she bites my hand, my world crumbles. I fall into her shell, spiraling onto her gold train. Unbelievable rapture when I open her doors, speeding along, growing from her potential, glistening in her abundance. Happy, part of her handiwork. That's Strata on a swing. We went on a walk and there was a swing and she had to go on it. She has to go on swings. I love that. This next poem has to do also with my love. This is called Sowing Our Serene Dream. And that's us at a Renaissance fair. Sowing our serene dream. My sugar melon magnet, my demonstrative woman, emoting, expressing, feeling fantastic. She's my magic. Born multicolored, her brown eyes miss to go green, tightening our trust, our serene dream. Making her powers, seeing her signs. She cleans her windows. She's a vision to me. She manifests. She makes this true in what she has, in what we do. Our romantic magic, our honey in our eyes, our future, our home, our serene dream that's shown. My girl makes things. She does a lot with her garden. I mean, a lot. Lots of love, lots of attention, special super growth that happens. This next poem is about that growth. This is called Your Art. And yes, that pumpkin is real. She grew it. It's called Your Art. Approach the blank canvas. Fear signs off. Less agony. Continue. The beds have been created. The plants have been planned. You took the blank canvas and filled it. The anxious button is off. Fear isn't part of the plan anymore. Smooth tomatoes, crazy squashes, happy peppers, decorative yellow beans. Your art is how you fill your bed, how you pray, care, and nurture your seeds, seedlings, vegetables, and flowers. You decorate, highlight, imagine, craft, create abundant growth. You generate from your genius. Rich, smart girl I have. We went to Maui. Oh, we had a blast. I know Maui has gone through a lot of stuff, and that's what a little bit of this next poem is about. But we just had a blast, just being tourists. This is called Maui Renewed 2023. Kiss me hard before you go. Summertime sadness. I just wanted you to know that, baby, you're the best. Lana Del Rey. She's a beautiful island. Her grass huts remade. Open new windows to her soul. Release, let the rain and rainbows spray its virtues. Smell the flowers, watch Hawaii's snow. Light sprinkles change everything in being a local, being a tourist. Did we arrive too early? Is it not pretty enough? Are we strong enough to show our public faces yet? Showing everyone it's all okay. Saying hello, aloha to everyone. Living the mahalo to everything. Spinning, rolling with all these changes. It's still a beautiful place. I mean, yes, there was devastation that happened, but I tell you, it was great to give the money that they needed. The people needed the tourism, and I was more than happy to eat food, lots of food. This next poem is also about Hawaii. We saw some beautiful stuff there, and I took a picture of it. Oh God, it was so wonderful. A double rainbow, or yeah, you can see it. There's a top part too. It's a double rainbow, but it's a full rainbow. Yeah. This is called Hawaii's Faith. As the plane jumps, say thank you before and after. Flying from one winter into another, chilly into muggy. Sharing the headset. Laughing, shaking, sharing the headset. Fear dips, skirts through us. Drinking hope and faith's rays, mapped out when we take off, when we land. Our grounding cord is hope and peace. The interconnectedness of lights, scent, quivers all around. Positive words as bright as your soul. Oh, great Spirit, thank you for the better days to come. Evolving, using the long game, leaving from the narrow gate. One in all in one. Yeah, we had lots of fun. We also went to Burning Man. That was fun. And this next poem is about, I do believe, driving home from that. Yeah, this was taken there. Whited out. You could see the biker because I saw the person go by. I said, "Oh, can you come by again?" And quickly took a picture. Anyways, that was an interesting experience. This was about driving home from that experience. This is called Driving Home. The tunes are played. The sun rises behind our backs. I am your sun, eclipsing behind your back. Together, we form a silver lining. Leaving our new city, nervous of our new memories. Our dreams reflect our new reality. Our new life bends. The lights on the blanket spin. We walk to the man's final end. His structure still stands as he decides to jump. Living our waking dream until we create another. Yeah, that was the year that we got stuck, but it was still fun. It was a lot, but it was fun. This next poem has to do with getting old again and just the things that I know keep me young at 60. This is called Growing and Growing. And that's my bedroom. where I am right now. This is called Growing and Growing. My music, the root beer, the adventures are near. Getting up, rambling, filling memories of my Tyrannosaurus, memories of my iguana. Somewhere is my Major Matt Mason. Posters and cravings, growing and growing, choosing my knowing. Pressing for my Nastasia Kinski. Sex helps me find my conclusion. My poster girl, salivating for her fortune. Put her in my room. She's needed in my future. And the tapestry is Alex Gray. In case those of you artists are wondering who that is, well, that's a wonderful picture of Alex Gray's paintings. This next poem has to do with my new home here in Oregon. This is called Another Home. Oh, and again, the rainbow. It was here, and then it was when we left. It was the rainbow was with us all the time. This is called Another Home. Flying into the country, surrounded by a small town. Belgian waffles, silence surrounds, seasons are real, dynamite and delicious. Everything is exaggerated, our energy, our extraordinary lives here, exasperated and in love here. So torn too. Slow, calm, gentle, active, wild, excited. It's all there and there. I love my home in Lafayette, California, but I also love my home in Oregon. And in the first year, it's funny, yeah, this is the beginning of this year. And anyway, crazy festivals and stuff happened, and they were basically, in my opinion, just another day in Oregon. And this poem is called Just Another Day in Oregon. Wearing my Oregon shirt, whacked out in my tie-dye in an orange mirth, looking like I should be smoking grass, looking cool, dusty, wild, and blasted, living in this town, feeling like a country bumpkin, yours for the taking, loving or whatever else. I feel so cool. You love me so. Relaxing, napping by a tree. Underneath, we're naked as jailbirds. Finding freedom, embracing joy, living in glee. And yeah, that was just an example of the artwork, the fun, the crazy people. This next poem has to do with Mike and Strata. The three of us got handfasted a while ago, and Pat gave me away. It was sweet. He was there. This is called Polyfamily. Our world, our family, living in a bright, sunshiny day. Clear blue skies, we praise the holy name. Wherever the glowing light comes from, carrying the light, coming home, cherishing every sunrise, sunset, holding our sanctuary, revered in all our decisions, inclusive in our interrelations, our meaning in having more meaning, filling the spaces, transforming our worlds. Share, embody, wide, open, wrapped in our web of life. Thank you, Nay. Yeah, it all started with a big bong, and look at where we are now. Well, let me broaden everybody here so I can see you better. Thank you for coming. I'm going to be doing a live show in Lafayette, California at Panache Cafe on the 12th of May. And then August, I haven't picked a date. I don't know when that's going to happen. Hey, Rawson! How'd you like the poem? That was fun. I did not know. Steve's thinking of going back. He's actually thinking of going back. It's like, God, that was a tough year for Strahd and I, because anyway, it was different. And Steve just weathered through it like a champion, man. So much that, yeah, he's been telling me he wants to go back. I do recommend Burning Man, but only for those people that are not, if you don't like getting dirty, dusty, and harsh climates and harsh survivalistic camping, don't go. If you don't like survivalistic camping, don't go. I'm slapping his head off. It's true, though. It's true. But I highly recommend it because it changes your life. Nothing's the same after that. When you've survived, it's not horrible. You know, I can hear Victor saying, "Oh, Jesus, this is so easy," because the real surviving is like high on a mountain with nothing, you know. But this, for me, was really strong. And yeah, I do highly recommend just to try out Burning Man because it's an experience.
Yeah, but this time you got the mud.
Yeah, I know. This time we got the mud.
Yeah.
It was weird. I mean, we've had different types of weather, but usually the whiteouts happen a lot. I mean, that photograph that I took really captured a whiteout. I mean, where you can't see a damn thing in front of you. But then this last year was it got 3 months of rain in like 2 weeks. And so we got poured on, and we were told to shelter in place, and so we sheltered in place, and other people didn't. And so bad things happened, got stuck in the mud.
But on the flatlands, there's no place to hide either. There's no high ground that you can go to get out of the water.
No, it's totally flat out there, and there's really no life. There's shrimp that live, I think, supposedly in the dust, but it's totally flat for as far as the eye can see. Florida was like that too. It was like you were in Florida, there was no hills.
Well, but in the desert, how fast did the sand absorb the water so that, you know, all of a sudden it really begins to flood a little bit in the sense that you got 2 or 3 inches of water?
Strata, maybe you can answer that.
Yeah, it's the playa is actually in the winter called Lake Lahontan. It actually fills up and becomes a seasonal lake, which then dries out over the summer.
How
And
deep? Yeah.
the shrimp are real. They're a kind of thing called fairy shrimp, and they're very weird little prehistoric looking things. And the eggs stay dormant in the dust. It's alkali dust, so it makes really thick, slippery mud.
Oh, that's
And there was enough water for a long enough period that the fairy shrimp were waking up, and people were starting all sorts of wild rumors about them being carnivorous and things like that. So people are having a lot of fun with it.
That's too bad. I don't remember if we saw it. We didn't see any.
No, we weren't going out in the mud. We were
Yeah.
being good and sheltering in place, remember?
Are they carnivorous?
Not of anything
No.
our size.
And did
Yeah.
anyone try to cook them and eat them?
No, they're
Oh,
not that big.
They're more like a
They're-
little jellyfish thing. They're not really like a shrimp thing.
We had those out in Merced, behind my college. And each fairy shrimp is specific to each location that they come from.
Are they edible?
I have no idea. Probably not.
If you
wouldn't do
saw
it.
one, you wouldn't ask.
Yeah.
But Kent was asking, how deep was it? And
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that.
Oh, probably not too deep.
The desert just got
water.
muddy. It really didn't get, it never really filled up, Kent, with water.
But then how deep did it go in terms of the absorption?
Oh, probably a good bit. Probably like a couple inches. I don't know, maybe more.
All I know is people tried to walk out and literally, got stuck in the mud, or they tried to drive out, which was even worse. And the cars got stuck. So
Yeah,
Pat,
'cause
you
I
like the
know
picture?
I know Danica Patrick was there in her RV.
Yeah, actually, I couldn't see it, but I do have that picture on my cell phone. But I'm going back to Titmarsh in April when I go to London. So I'll be in Europe for 2 weeks, and then I'll just go back and see it, and go back to the Greyhound and have fish and chips, and then see my pen friend Nikki, and then I'm going to Budapest and taking a cruise to Budapest. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of fish and chips, we just had fish and chips last night. Oh, it was delicious. What was the name of the church?
The local VFW does a
Yes.
fish fry on like the last Friday of the month.
Okay.
And you just drive up and give the money, and they give you a bag with tasty fish and chips and a little cup of chowder.
Oh,
So
great.
David, did you leave the fish alone? Did you leave the fish alone and just eat the chips?
No, I am vegetarian, but I will eat shellfish and fish. So I'm kind of pescatarian, yeah. But generally, 98% of the time, I'm mostly eating vegetables and fruit and
Oh,
stuff.
but do you eat the shell on the shellfish,
No,
like on the shrimp?
no,
Why not?
the shell's hard and it's kind of yucky.
No, not if you fry it right.
Oh,
That's the calcium.
no, thank you. Doesn't sound good to me.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Oh, that's right. And for those that are still here, I told myself that I wanted to do an open mic. Thank you for getting out the guitar, Naomi. So Naomi would like to go, and anybody else that wants to, this is an open mic for those who want to share.
Okay.
Wasn't too subtle of a reminder. Just sitting here like this. Okay. Om Satoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Amri Tamgamaya Om Satoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Oh Lord, lead me from the unreal to the real. Lead me from darkness to the light, from the earth to the open skies. Lead me from death to eternal life. Om Satoma Satgamaya soma jyoti gamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya. Oh Lord, lead me from the unreal to the real. Lead me from darkness to the light, from the earth to the open skies. Lead me from death to eternal life. Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya.
So Bruno, I know you had your hand up.
Yeah, I have a couple of poems I'd like to read, if you don't mind. This poem is called This Poem. This poem has the intrinsic ability to go nowhere and everywhere, to see, hear, taste, touch, smell, nothing and everything, to believe in the here and now, afterlife, and underworlds. This poem is self-navigating, wandering aimlessly with intent, meandering away from normative behavior into the world of the bizarre, the peculiar, the strange, the misunderstood and unwanted. This poem is not poetry, but the stream that issues forth from rocks of ages, cascading, flowing, dividing, coalescing into the darkness, bleeding into the mysterious. This poem has no purpose or pattern. It is unaware of itself. It is magnetic, radiant, insoluble, like a puzzle without images, a riddle without answers. This poem is exclusive and universal, a dialogue with itself, a parody of life and death, an autobiography of schizophrenic paranoia, insane, a lucid, concise, uncontrolled regurgitation. This poem never was and always is unwritten in stone, convoluted arrangement between order and chaos, witnessing everything and nothing, singing in discord and harmonizing into the non-existent past, the unimaginable future, and the ever-present moment. My second one is called Devouring the Sun. Under scrutiny of the sun, I toil, showered with light and heat, with origins 93 million miles afar, warming muscles and flesh, each shovel full with billions of creatures, bacterium, nematodes, slugs, earthworms, each leaf a magical factory, transforming minerals, solar radiation and air into lipids, proteins, carbohydrates. Mycelial internet sending emails to and fro, from tree to flower to bee. Messages from Father Sun eventually nourishing me with this single, perfect, sun-warmed peach.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
room for-
I want a peach now, man.
Yeah,
Somebody find me a peach.
I have one more,
Okay.
short one. How many of you have a junk drawer? This is called What's in Your Junk Drawer. Twist ties and bottle caps, refrigerator magnets, mysterious keys, pens that don't work, lost loves, broken dreams, misplaced desires, pains, losses, sorrows. What's in your junk drawer? Mismatched socks, stale bubble gum, things that no longer work, life's leftovers. Why not empty that junk drawer, repurpose it, fill it with new loves, new adventures, new goals, instead of a junk drawer why not create a treasure chest?
Amen, brother.
Thank you.
So Strata, I know you put your hand up. Would you like to go?
Yeah, I would like to share a screen. I hadn't thought of doing this until you mentioned that this is in your poem, that this is sort of my art. These are my garden plans for this coming year. I've got 3 pairs of garden beds, and I'm doing winter squashes and broccoli and parsnips and beans. This is fun for me. This is part of why I am a program manager. Even though I'm retired, I do all this stuff with my garden plans. And I'm growing melons in one of the beds and eggplants and peppers. And this year I'm trying a new pepper, ancho poblano, so we can make chili rellenos because they're one of David's favorite things. And then on the shed side, my tomatoes and various beets and cauliflower and everything. And so I make these square foot garden plans with some software that I bought or subscribed to. And then I go and I make these little detailed ones that tell me exactly where to plant everything and how many of each plant that I need. And then I turn that into a sheet that tells me, whoops, that's not the one. Yeah, that tells me when I need to plant things. And I just, like David said in his poem, I have a lot of fun with it. It's part of how I give back to the world.
This is what a master gardener does. And that's why Strata is a master gardener.
Are you going to share a screen? Or are you sharing a screen? I'm
Did
just
share a screen.
Oh shoot, leave it up for a minute. I have to find
Okay,
it.
I'll put it back up. Hang on.
Oh, I guess
Strata,
I'm
will you take a
I
picture
guess
of it
I
once it's
minimized
grown?
it.
Do you see it now, Naomi?
Will you take a picture of it when it's grown?
Yes.
Yeah, I keep a whole garden
Hmm.
photo album every year. This is actually from the garden photo album. You can see my peas are in now, and I've got a rhubarb crown I just planted that's already showing more green leaves, and I just planted it like 2 or 3 days ago. And it looks like my Rudbeckia daisies are survived the winter in Oregon because they're putting out all sorts of new growth, which is makes me very happy. But at the beginning of the album, you see my garden at the beginning of the year. So those sad things are the beets that overwintered, but we picked them recently and we made great juice out of them. So
Yeah, the juice that we had was inspired by my mom and dad. Strata went to visit and they gave us some wonderful beet and carrot juice. And it was like, Strata's all, I have to have one of those. Those are too cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got one?
Oh, she has one. Yeah. We just had, I think I sent you guys a picture.
I don't think I got it. Maybe I did.
I'm almost
Juice?
positive I sent a juice picture to you and Victor.
Okay, I'll look.
Ah, there's,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
one that Strata took. And they're the carrots and the beets.
Great.
Cool.
Yummy.
Well, I think I'm going to turn off the recording.